Ready to go? Okay, so look, I'll now welcome representatives from the Scenic Rim Regional Council. I understand the information on parliamentary privilege and the protection of witnesses giving evidence to Senate committees has been provided to you. I'd also remind senators that as a representative of local government, they are, I suppose, officers of a state government in effect, and so the resolutions around asking matters of opinion holds. For the record, could you please state your full names and the capacity in which you appear?
Yes, Duncan McInnes. I'm Deputy Mayor and Acting Mayor just at the present time for the next few weeks. So, I'm a Divisional Councillor for in the Burner area.
Great. And
my name is David Keenan. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Scenic Rim Regional Council.
Thank you very much. At the outset, as I did earlier, I'll just declare an interest here as a proud resident of Central Queensland. I have put forward a proposal for rowing and canoeing to go to Rockhampton, but as Chair, of course, I'll be fair and balanced as I can be this today. There's an opportunity for you to make an opening statement if you'd like, and then we'll go to questions. It's up to you. Would you like an opening statement?
Maybe a small one, thanks, Senator.
Go.
Rowing is our big effort that we've put a lot of time and effort behind, as well as rowing, though, and that's on Warralong Dam. Equestrian, mountain bikes and whitewater rafting is other things that we've expressed interest in whether that comes to pass in any form, but rowing is our big one, and where the state championships were just held 2 weeks ago, and of the support of the state and federal bodies of rowing. I think that basically sets out where we are. Within an hour of Brisbane, and it's quite good. The area here, looking at very easy to less than an hour to the Gold Coast, 3/4 of an hour to the Gold Coast, and we have a lot of accommodation in the area and a lot other planned in the coming few years.
Thank you.
Just leave it.
Yeah, no worries. No problems at all. Thank you very much for that. I'll just have a few questions. I suppose just to start with, where maybe get an update on where the proposal's up to. My understanding at the time of the Quirk review is that there's still a question about whether the course would need to be moved or not to accommodate the additional infrastructure required in the Olympics. Has there been final decisions made about whether the current footprint of the course could stay where it is, or will it have to be moved to fit in the extra sheds, etc., that are needed?
Yeah, I think they came out saying that the present course was quite applicable and quite good for what was needed, but there was going to be extra expense involved in moving the course elsewhere, and this is, as I say, it's been there for the state championships a couple of weeks ago, so there is a lot of area in there.
Right.
Available.
Okay. If the course does have to be moved, my understanding is that a new road will be built. Is that something that council, are you involved in the planning of that? Would that be a council road that you'd be responsible for?
Through you, Mr. Chair, we've had initial discussions. The ownership of that road would be needed to be agreed upon by a number of parties, so it would need to be agreed upon by state government as well as local government as well as South East Queensland Water. But that's yet to be confirmed, and we're participating in the 100-day review, and that will be picked up as part of that process.
Okay. All right. And what is the situation with power and water and sewage? Is that would need to be built as well, would it?
There is existing water and sewer facilities that would need to be expanded.
Okay.
That doesn't really prove to be an issue. That can be done and have legacy effects post the games. So we're fairly confident most of that can be looked after.
All right. And in terms of the athletes, where would they stay? And what are the plans long term? Any accommodation that would be built? What would happen?
Yeah, there's 6 different bodies have expressed interest. There's some accommodation around the place already, but up to 1,500 beds have been talked about, and believe that it'll come to fruition if we're given the game. So, and that's all within 30 minutes of the Warralong Dam.
Okay, so Coralban's not necessarily the spot that they'd go. There could be other options.
I think you'd need to ask the person who operates the Coralban facility. We can't speak on their behalf. What we can say is that we have a commitment to 1,522 beds from both the private sector and the government sector. Okay.
And then look, before, unless there are other questions, I mean, are there any other legacies that you'd like to outline about if having it at Warralong? What's the legacy of that for Queensland?
Well, can I just touch on there first? It's not only Warralong. There's 4 other dam sites around within 30 minutes of Warralong for training. So we've got Mugra Dam, we've got quite a number around Maroon Dam. There's quite a number of other sites around the place that can be used for training, and we think there'll be a lot of people come out here beforehand, and they can train away from the dam where there is Mugra Dam. I think there's a few hundred beds being talked of there, 350 from memory.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's at a private or a school setup, and they would be could train. More than one group could be training at Mugra Dam, for instance, where they wouldn't be interfering with each other.
Okay. All right. Well, if there is nothing else that you'd like to tell us, and I don't think there are any other questions, we really appreciate your time today. I don't think. You go for it. There's still time. Go out, please add.
Yeah. Can we just highlight the fact that we've also put in for a joint partnership with the Equine, and that joint partnership is with AUSParliamentLive and with the Gold Coast Turf Club. We'd also like to say that we've expressed an interest in the whitewater rafting, and we've also expressed an interest in the mountain bikes as well.
Okay.
So we're fairly keen to be involved. We believe that we've answered a lot of the questions that have come through in relation to transport, in relation to accommodation. We're comfortable with what we've provided back to the state government's review committee.
Okay.
Yeah, on the equestrian, there's been for training facilities, there's been a recent $4 million upgrade to the Boona Showgrounds, where ideal place for big training before the Olympics too, especially if it's held in this area.
It's definitely a big horse area at your council. So, all right, well, thank you for coming along today and providing that useful evidence. As I said, I don't think you've taken any questions on notice, but if you do have any more information to provide us, we'd ask that by Friday the 21st of February so we can prepare our report. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you. And so I'll now suspend for a break and we'll come back at 3:15.